Hello, I'm Veronica Campbell from Integrated Manual Physical Therapy. I wanted to create this video for self-regulation of the autonomic nervous system. And what do I mean by that? How do we get our fight or flight, which is our sympathetic chain, and our rest and digest, which is the vagus nerve, to be in better balance? Because they're both important. So I wanted to just give you a short video tool for you to use to help regulate. So you can play this if you want and follow along, or just learn it and use whatever components you want whenever you need it. So what I'd like you to do is just find a comfortable place and sit with your feet on the ground. If you can be in the backyard with your feet on the ground, whether it's pavers or the grass or dirt, it's a great way to connect to the earth and kind of discharge any ions that might build up in our system that are creating friction and tension, because we're electronic beings. So being in nature and grounding with your feet on the ground is great. And then if there's bird sounds or chirping, that's really great to listen to even 6 minutes of listening to birds chirping can calm the nervous system, because when birds are chirping, generally there's no threat or storm. So creating that environment for yourself first would be wonderful. And then have a seat and just kind of do a little bit of a body scan. Do your feet feel equal on the ground? Do your sit bones feel equal? Do your shoulders feel equal? Maybe close your eyes if it feels better for you. And just notice where the weight of your body is. And as you find areas that maybe feel heavier or tighter or different, can you slowly breathe into those spaces and let them soften? And as you work with your breath, I encourage breathing in through your nose and out through your nose if possible. If not, in through your nose and out through your mouth, making your exhalations longer than your inhalations. So whether it's a 4-second inhale and a 6-second exhale, whatever your body's rhythm feels best, follow that, and then work on slowing it down. And once you've found that you've breathed into all the areas of tightness, whether it was your left calf, your right hip, your neck, your jaw, and you've let things soften, take a few minutes, whatever you need, then you can slowly go through and work with the physical part of the vagus nerve. And so what I love to do for that is just slowly working on massaging your ears, because the vagus nerve innervates part of the ear. So you can do gentle circular ear massage. Just explore. Maybe check how well one ear moves compared to the other. And if, like for me, my left ear is tighter, so go ahead and gently grab a hold of a tighter ear. Maybe pull it outward a little gently. Maybe add a little twist to it. Find the direction of tension. And then slowly play with head nodding. And you can do head nodding with your inhale and exhales. You can do tipping your head side to side. You can rotate. All of these things nice and slow to help decrease tension around your ears for the vagus nerve. And it also helps with the trigeminal nerve, so jaw tension. Trigeminal nerve, you can do little, especially if you have a headache, little circles just above your eyebrows, close to midline, clockwise, counterclockwise. You can do little compress and release to wake up the mechanoreceptors and get some blood flow. And then the points just to the side of your nose, you'll feel these little tender points. You can do clockwise, counterclockwise, and compress and release. And then there's points on your jaw. These are all branches of the trigeminal nerve that can really be related to jaw clenching and tension. It can be great to do before you go to bed. And once you've done that, it's great to go down and work with your neck. So you can check any of the tension in your neck. You can gently grab a hold of the skin and do what's called skin rolling. So you're lifting the skin. You can gently stretch it apart, twist it one way or another, adding head movement, because all this fascia on the front of your neck, if it's tight, especially from like forward head posture, being on the computer here on my left side especially, lifting near that, what's called the sternocleidomastoid, lifting that fascia and gently moving it, twisting and breathing. You can also add a hum and a swallow. So I could lift and find some tension and swallow to work with the vagus nerve. So all this can be really great to self-regulate. And then if you're still feeling a lot of tension here, I love getting my fingers just behind my SCM. So those big muscles that are on the side. Even if you just start with your fingers from behind and grab and get a little bit of tension, and then work with a little bit of head nod and a little side bend or rotate to free up any tension here, because the vagus nerve runs behind this. So that's a great way to work with tension in your head and neck, truly working the mechanical tension of the vagus nerve. And then a beautiful technique to kind of balance everything at the end. You can think of like when you were a kid, you did I Pledge Allegiance. So it's just, where does your hand go? So that's called your heart over your cardiac plexus, and then your hand over your belly, over your celiac plexus. And you can just sort of really go in through that body scan again. Let your shoulders soften, maybe really close your eyes this time. And focusing on your breath. Maybe you noticed it slowed down, maybe you can let it slow down even more, letting your exhales be longer than your inhales. While your two hands are over your cardiac and celiac plexus, which helps regulate, those are the roundabouts, so it's regulating communication between your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. And just spending time breathing here. Even just going to this place when you're in a point of stress is a great place to just let your body settle and slow your breath down. So I hope that helped you with any kind of tension or stress or anxiety or dysautonomia, problems with the autonomic nervous system, things like that. Hopefully this helped you find some peace and balance and regulation in your body. And if you have questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks so much.